Hey there, everybody.
How are you? We're here today to talk about animalia. And first of all, we're going to discuss our little book because we're really happy with the way everything has turned out.
We're really proud the way this turned out. Jace did a really bang up job. It's a wonderful, wonderful book.
So we're taking orders for the white, and then the next book, Forgotten, is well on its way, and we're also taking orders on that. Yes.
So how does the process whereby somebody gets in the book, Amanda?
Well, first of all, we have our jurors select 55 images, and then from those 55, Kevin and I review all of them. We print them all out, and we lay them out and select the 27 that we feel like best reflect what the theme is about and that cohesively fit together.
That's right.
Okay.
And as if we were hanging an exhibition on the wall.
As if we were hanging the exhibition on the wall.
That's right.
Perfect.
Good job.
Okay, thank you. So for Animalia, we were really lucky to have a really great juror. This is the juror was Henry Horenstein. I've been aware of his work forever, and he has a book, Animalia, and that's what kind of all fell together with Henry, and I had that book, and Henry's a friend of Jace Graff's, and I mean, it just all worked out together. So Henry agreed to juror this exhibition for us, and Kevin's going to read his bio.
Henry Horenstein has been a professional photographer, filmmaker, teacher, and author since the 1970s. He studied history at the University of Chicago and earned his BFA and MFA at Rhode Island School of Design, where he studied with legends Harry Callahan and Aaron Siskind. Henry's work is collected and exhibited internationally and has published over 30 books, including several monographs of his own work, such as Honky Tonk, History Show, Animalia, Humans, Racing Days, Close Relations, and many others. His next monograph, Speedway, which we have seen, and it's wonderful, which features photographs made 50 years ago, will be published by Stanley Barker, UK, in the fall. He has also authored Black and White Photography, Digital Photography, and Beyond Basic Photography, used by hundreds of thousands of college, university, high school, and art school students as their introduction to photography. His Shoot What You Love series, both as a memoir and a personal history of photography over the past 50 years. In recent years, Henry has been making films such as Preacher, Murray, Spoke, Partners, and Blitto Underground, which premieres in 2022. He is currently in production on Marksville, Louisiana, a film about Cajun, Louisiana. Henry is a professor of photography at RISD and lives in Boston.
Cool.
And he's a really great guy. We had the great fortune of having him come into the gallery and got to meet him.
So if you happen to be in Austin on Saturday, he has an exhibition opening at, I think it's Grey Duck Gallery. I think I've got the right gallery. And he'll be there. And he's also going to premiere his film, which I guess is this last one you said.
I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah, go see him. He is a really cool guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So, are you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, we're going to do a little slideshow here. And Kevin is going to share the screen. You know what we didn't talk about?
What?
These images behind us.
We sure didn't. We will do that.
Okay. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So the first image we have here is by Anne Kornfeld. Anne is from Brooklyn, New York. And the title of this image is Horse with Attitude. I think he does have an attitude.
Absolutely.
It's because it's cold there. Great image, by the way. And this image is by Ashley Michelle Hanna, who lives in Austin, Texas, right down the road from us. And the title of this image is Untitled.
This is very sad for us because we have our own little deer herd behind the house that we kind of take care of.
Kevin just had a little.
We're in our fourth generation of little
deer.
Little deer.
Yeah, this happens way too often. Oh, Ashley has a story. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Okay. And this is the one before.
Yes, go back.
This image comes from a series that grapples with death, mortality, and mourning. By delicately portraying this fawn's corpse, the creature is freed from its suffering and elevated to a spiritual and peaceful place of rest. That's really nice.
That's very sweet. Yeah. So just to clarify what these stories are about, I did ask everyone that's involved to that has an image in the exhibit to send me a story if they have something to say about it. So we'll be reading those. So next we have an image by Boris Keller. It's called Elephants. And Boris is from Rochester, New York. Rochester, New York. I said it wrong. And he is part of the 27. This image got into the 27.
That's a cool shot.
It is a cool shot. They're so sweet. This image is by Branson Histor. It's called Golden Eye. And Branson is from Austin, Texas. There's a lot of Austin people here. So Branson had a little bit to say about his image, and Kevin's going to read it for us. It's right there.
Branson is also.
Just read that.
Okay. This is what Branson wrote, right?
This is what Branson wrote.
My photo is of my 2-year-old Vizsla puppy, Cinnamon. We have had her since November 2020, and she is just so cute. In May 2022, I started taking photos of her. My grandma told me about this show, and I decided to enter. I am so happy to be included in the 27 with many talented photographers.
Yes, Branson is in the 27.
And Branson is what?
And Branson is 11 years old.
11 years old.
So
and his grandmother is a friend of ours.
Well, her images are up next.
Yes.
But yes. Congratulations, Branson. This is a really nice image.
Really
and
wonderful.
the whole entry was great.
Yeah.
It's all of this dog, and it's just beautiful. He's good.
Shot. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So this is Grandma. Sorry, Carol. This is an image by Carol Sarre. Carol lives in down there. What is it? San Marcos. And this particular image is called Getting His Ducks in a Row from the series Making Friends During the Pandemic. And she has another image in here too, but she wrote a little story about these, which I'm going to let.
Carol and Terry have a herd of these whistling ducks that camp out in front of their house.
So Getting His Ducks in a Row is there. You can read that one first.
In Getting His Ducks in a Row, we all know how hard that is. This whooping crane was finally able to get these whistling ducks in a straight line, and I added the rainbow as a symbol of hope. Very nice.
Very nice. And the next one of hers is called The Freeloader, also from the same series, Making Friends During the Pandemic. This particular one got in the 27, and here's what this says.
During the COVID summer in 2020, I decided to try creative techniques to turn some of my animal photos into digital art. The more I played around with them, the more fun it became. I began amusing myself by adding unlikely friends into the scenes. I never planned a piece, I just let things happen. Eventually, it led to creating a little Shutterfly book I titled Meeting Friends During the Pandemic. I gave it to friends and family that fall, figuring timing was critical, getting it done before the pandemic was over. Silly me, that was 2020. In this image, the alpaca had such a disgusted look on his face. I searched my photos until I found just the right freeloader to hitch a ride. Neither are happy about the situation. Very good.
Those are great, Carol. Thank you so much. And then we have 3 images by Chris Walker. Chris lives in Rancho Santa Fe, California. Wish I lived there.
That's a beautiful shot.
That's a beautiful shot. We talked to Chris, and Chris likes horses a lot, and shoots horses beautifully. This particular image is called Innocence. And yeah, the next one is called Majesty, and it is in the 27.
That's fantastic.
It is just, yeah, great. And this is actually my favorite. This is called Spots on the Mirror, and it's in the 27 also. I just love that. That horse is just beautiful.
It is.
And the reflection,
Very
wow.
Nice. Very nice.
It is just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Chris. Those are really nice. Now this image is by Christy Goldstein. It's called A Portrait in Blue. And Christy is from Katy, Texas. Not too far away. Um, Kevin and I really love this image. So we did give it the director's award. It's so elegant and it's just beautiful.
The tonality, everything about it is nice.
Yeah, it's
The
all,
lighting is really nice.
yeah, it's a beautiful portrait of, what kind of bird is it?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
A bluebird.
A bluebird, a beautiful bluebird. Anyway, of course, it's in the 27th and she got the director's award. And her next image is called Baby Blue. And it is also in the 27th.
Nice.
Isn't that great? That look. So this image is by David J. Cook. David is from Austin, Texas. Goodness. And it's called Egret Ghost. It's a beautiful image, David. So we have two images here by David Pellegrini. David lives in, I'll find it in a minute, David. Oxford, Maryland. This particular image, the title is called Family Portrait, and it is also in the 27.
Nice.
I love that. This one, we love diptychs. This is called Home and Away. Isn't that great?
It's interesting.
This one, I love this image. This image is in the 27. It's called Barn Owl, and it's by Donna Wesley Spencer. Donna lives in Hillsborough, North Carolina, and she has a little story to go with her. So you want to read that? It's a great story.
Barn Owl lives with her falconer, along with a peregrine falcon, a red-tailed hawk, and a vulture. They are all excellent hunters who quickly find the prey and then return to the falconer's glove. But only the barn owl is trained for weddings. She swoops in for the ring exchange with her moon face and her brilliant wings, the rings attached to her with a ribbon. On this day in her barn, she posed for me for this photograph and allowed me to exist in her presence.
Isn't that great?
That's cool. That owl's got a great job.
Yeah.
All right.
Very photogenic.
That's a nice shot, too.
It's beautiful. So this is by Ellen Mitchell. We got to talk to Ellen, and she goes out, I think this is not too far from her house, and she photographs these seagulls, which she's calling sky rats. And this is sky rat number 3. Ellen is from Ortel Beach, New Jersey. And she has a little story about this. You want to read it?
These 2 images are part of a body of work I've shot each winter at the Jersey Shore since 2014. I've called the project Sky Rats because locals refer to seagulls as the rats of the ocean. I never liked seagulls much and only photographed them because I thought the wings might look cool with a strong camera flash on a cloudy day. But what I saw in the photo surprised me. Frozen in time and space, the birds look completely different. Captured midair and mid-wing beat, they look ridiculous at times and mysterious at others. Mysterious, if only because they are seagulls and we are not, and we can never fully enter into their world. Well, you can read Jonathan Livingston's Seagull and enter a little bit into their world.
Yeah. So this is Sky Rats number 3. And the next one is Sky Rats number 12,
I really like this one.
which obviously was taken at night. And this one is in the 27.
That's very nice.
Yeah, I love that. I like the stars up there, and
Yeah.
that's really nice. Okay. So this is Faustinas DeRate. Frankly, Faustinas is from Austin. I didn't even realize he had a last name. He was always one of those one-name people. I've known him forever. Anyway, Faustinas has 2 images in this exhibit, and this one is called Learning to Fly.
Oh,
no. It didn't work. It didn't come out too well for him.
I really like this one.
I love this one. We put this in the 27, and it's in Spanish. I assume that's Spanish. You want to read it? Right
Where
here.
do you see that?
Right there.
Oh, Ania y su caballo volador.
Which
That's
means
Ania and her flying horse. Ania and her flying horse. I think. Volador, volar is fly. I'm pretty sure that's right.
okay.
Caballo is horse.
I know, but that's a bird.
But that's a bird. But that's okay because Faustinius is a very interesting character
He is.
and a funny man.
Yeah, it's a great image. I love that. So this image, I love this too because I love cats. This is Nigel. This is by Jessie Swimley. Jessie lives in Caldwell, Idaho. This particular image is inkjet on vellum with gold leaf behind it. So that you can see what's going on there. I think that's great. I love that.
That's cool.
Fuzzy little kitty. So this is by Joe Fields. Joe lives, I don't know this, in Nashville, Tennessee. I knew that. This is called Turtle Time. We also put this in the 27, and Joe has a little story about it that I think you'll enjoy.
This image is what happens when a photographer sees a turtle crossing the road. It reminded me of a children's book by Sandal Stoddard called Turtle Time. Through wit and wisdom, it teaches tolerance, patience, and respect for nature. I stopped, took its portrait, and moved it to a safer place than the road. And I think this may be something from the book, or maybe a poem she wrote. I may be small, but I'm free. Turtle time is very slow. It waits until it wants to go. It has no clocks or rules or maps. It stops a lot for turtle naps. I'd love to hear Joe read that.
Yeah, I would like to hear Joe read that too. That's great, Joe. Thank you. So this cute little doggy, this is, I assume it's John Cosmer's dog, and it's called, the title of this image is Formal Portrait Sitting. John is from Fly Creek, New York. He's lives up on that hill and photographs.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's a great image. Cute dog. Judy Brown.
This is a great one, Judy.
It is a good one, Judy. This is called Astrid Wants Breakfast. I mean, can't you just see Astrid screaming for breakfast here? So Judy is actually a Texan, but she lives in Natick, Massachusetts, somewhere around Boston anyway. This image is in the 27. She photographs, she's got a little farm. Not her farm, but a farm that is down the road from her.
Is it Rescue Animal?
I think it's something along that line. And she's photographed there quite a bit. She has a huge body of work. Look at her website. She's got some really nice images.
Everything about this image is great. The lighting, everything, the expression on that beast. Yeah.
Hungry.
She probably speaks some form of animal by now.
You think?
Yeah.
I could believe that. Okay. So this image, we've got 3 here that are all by Lawrence Manning. Lawrence lives in Idaho. What town in Idaho is it, Kevin? Nampa, Idaho. This particular image is entitled Chariada.
That's which is like a rodeo.
I wonder where he shot that.
I don't know. He told me and I forgot.
Did he?
But Lawrence is really kicking butt lately. He's doing some really nice work. I love this one. This is a self-portrait.
This is called Duality, and this we did put in the 27. Yeah, I know we did a self-portrait series, and I think that's what his story is about here. But this is from his self-portrait series. And then one last image. This is called Lost.
His Crow series is really nice. Which image are we talking about? We're talking about the one before this one.
Well,
this image is the result of participating in a self-portrait class taught by Donna Garcia, sponsored by the Griffin Museum of Photography. It relates to a series of my work titled Murder in Nampa, in which I attempt to reflect the magic, mystery, and otherworldly presence of a local roosting of crows. I represent the crows as spirits, messengers, seers, and prophets. I say they observe us, they watch us, and I watch them. As I allowed my entire being to embrace their presence in my life, my self-portraits began to reflect how much my consciousness uses these birds to comment on society and reflect upon my observations. The final words of my evolving art statement became, in quotes, I intend that these enhanced transformations provide a psychological and philosophical connection to a subliminal reality, a profound ethereal realization of the universe as one. The crows warn us of the stresses affecting our perception of the world as reality and unity dissolves into dissent and trauma. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool. Thank you, Lawrence.
Good job, Lawrence.
So now we have 3 images by Leigh Ann Leigh Ann lives in Johnson City, Tennessee.
And Leigh Ann is also kicking some butt lately in the photography world.
She is. She's done really, really
Yeah.
well. This particular image is called, we have a story by her too. This one is called Hunger. See if there's something written just about that one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll read the whole thing together. So this one is called Hunger. And this, I love this. This is called Showgirl. And this last one is called Pony Express. This one is in the 27. And Kevin's going to read you a statement about all three, I think.
Each of my three images are so different. Hunger was taken in Canada of a bighorn sheep. The Pony Express was taken in Iceland on an expedition I had there in 2020. And the Pooch and Showgirl is a celebrity show poodle named Starla who lives in my hometown. One and all have a special place in my soul, expressing my love for the animals of the world. Very nice.
Very nice. Cool. Thank you very much. So this image, yeah, have a story about that, Kevin. This image is by Lisa Kachajan.
Kachajan.
Okay. That's a hard one for me, Lisa. This is called Rhonda Through the Barn Window. And she has a story about it. You want to read that?
Upcountry is a documentary project about one of the last remaining farms, an undeveloped privately owned parcel of land in northern New Jersey, once considered a rural oasis just 28 miles from New York City. My purpose in photographing this farm is to create a visual record of something that may soon disappear. With no clear line of succession, the potential for land development arises and would create a significant loss of space and beauty to the surrounding ecosystems in the area and this local community, in addition to the loss of its charming landscape. Rhonda's herd consisted of just 3 ponies and became the subject of many of my photographs for this body of work. Among them, Rhonda's favorite by the window facing out into the corral. The oldest of the 3, Rhonda was also the most delicate, red-headed, and at times glamorous like her namesake, the actress Rhonda Fleming. I am told her father was a thoroughbred, a Welsh pony named Dusty, who did not care for her. I imagine it was because she did not have the bulk like her younger sister nor the strength of her younger brother. As a result, she became ostracized at times by her younger siblings, yet she was also very often shown affection by them both. I suppose this is all a part of sibling rivalry. Very nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a lovely portrait.
It is.
So now we have a couple of images by Marissa Tilton. Marcy lives in Oregon. What town in Oregon does she
We just talked to Marcy a couple days ago.
In Cave Junction, Oregon. And this is her newer dog she got during COVID. And the title of this image is called Crossroads. This is in the 27. And
Does she have more than one?
she does. The next
Oh,
image
that's right. Yeah.
is the chickens. Wait a minute, let me find that. Where'd it go? This is Palais des Poulets. Did I say that? I don't speak
Palais
French.
des Poulets.
Okay.
That's French for Palace of the Chickens.
So we talked about this with her just a few days ago, and she takes daily walks, and both of these images are from her daily walks. And her neighbors have chickens, and the neighbor said, "Hey, come on over," and the light is beautiful in the hen house.
The neighbor was right.
Yeah. So she took this image. Yeah, very good. Thank you. This image is by Maria Fanizio. Maria is from Chicago, Illinois. This is called One Night Under the Stars.
Cool.
It is very cool. That horse got away. That's nice. Thank you. And then we have an image by Nadine Goksen. Nadine is actually Turkish.
She's Turkish.
And am I right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She has a home in West Plains, New York. I know she spends a lot of time in Turkey too. This particular image, I've got a little story about that. Not much, just a little bit.
Hi, Amanda. Here's some information about my photograph, Koi Pond. I took this picture at the Luxembourg Gardens in Paris in April 2022. Looking forward to seeing the video. Best regards, Nadine.
Thank you, Kevin. You didn't read that part.
We look forward to seeing you too, Nadine.
So those are French fish.
Yes, they're French
Yes.
fish. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. So there's a series of 3 images here. They're by Ned Walsh. Ned has a great story, and he didn't send it in, but you know what the story
Ned
is
is a
too.
very interesting character. He lived in San Antonio for a significant. I think he grew up there actually, but now
I don't have anything for you to read.
No, where's he from? Now he lives in.
He lives in Lawrenceville, New Jersey.
And he comes down frequently, and evidently in Breckenridge Park and the zoo in San Antonio is a rookery of these heron. Isn't that what it is?
Uh-huh.
And
Egrets.
I'm sorry.
And
egrets,
he's been doing this for 10 years now.
And he's gotten some really wonderful shots.
So that it's in a park, and it's right next to the zoo, and both the zoo and the park are not real thrilled with these birds, but they're beautiful. Go back again. So the first one is Egrets of San Antonio, number 10. And the next one is number 36, which is also in the 27. And the next one is 41, which is also in the 27. But they're just beautiful. He's got lots of images of these birds. Lots and lots and lots.
He has a strong connection to these birds.
Yeah, he does. And
but I think what's so fascinating about it is it's in the middle of San Antonio.
Downtownish.
Of course, it is in the zoo and close to the zoo and the park, but still. And evidently there's a large number of them there.
Well, they've tried to get rid of them, and it's just not working. They just keep coming back. They like San Antonio. Yeah, these are great. Thank you. So the next three images are by Nell Dickerson. Nell lives in Memphis, Tennessee. And we've also talked to Nell. This particular one is called Wild Eyes Giraffes, South Africa. And the next one is Wild Eyes Gorilla, Rwanda. It's in the 27. And this particular image is in the 27 too. It's called Wildscape Zebras, Botswana. And she has a story here. She's been going to Africa for quite a few years now and photographed a lot down there.
My series, Wild Eyes, reverses the photographer's gaze to the subject's point of view. For these formal portraits, I photograph Africa's wildlife in situ. Let's go back to those that she's talking about. Where was I photograph Africa's wildlife in situ, where we're equally vulnerable to the whims of nature. But am I an intruder, voyeur, or invader? Instead of a threat, perhaps I'm a tolerable nuisance. Wild Eyes is a long-term project starting in 2016, when I first visited Rwanda to photograph the mountain gorillas high in the remote rainforest. Since then, I've established roots in Africa to create environmental portraits of threatened and endangered species throughout the continent. Before photographing, I spend time with the community that coexists with wildlife for their mutual survival. I work with only local guides and trackers. In return, we share intimate access to the animals they protect. My participation was vital during COVID when tourism came to a halt. In some cases, I had been months since my field team collaborated with a photographer. There's an ever-increasing pressure on wilderness to accommodate Africa's population, which is expected to grow by 2 billion by the end of the century. The cost is a loss of habitat for Africa's wildlife. When a species loses its habitat, it becomes extinct. Wild Eyes raises awareness about the crucial importance of protecting all wildlife. Whenever we lose a species, we threaten the existence of our planet. Nell Dickerson. Very nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are really nice.
Yeah, Nell is a really good photographer. She also has a couple of books out. I believe one is about Southern photography. I can't remember what the other one is, but they're very nice books also.
Yeah.
And not Southern photography, Southern architecture.
Okay. Go back one. So this particular image is, she sat there at that watering hole for quite a while and photographed. So all those guys weren't all there at the same time. This is a composite image, which I think is just really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. How about the old Sal here? Kevin. This is called Poor Sal. It's by Paul Gilmore. Paul lives in Bow, New Hampshire. Poor mama.
Nice.
They're so cute. So this series of images, there's 3 of them. They are all by Rajan Dosage. And Rajan, this first one is called Secret World. And This is in the, it was in the 27, sorry. And the next one here is called The Last Leaves of Autumn. It's in the 27, and it also received the Jurors Award. So this is the one that Henry liked the most out of everything that he saw. And it's a beautiful image.
Yeah,
It's a very nice
simple
image.
and beautiful.
Yeah. And his last image is called To Have Wings.
This is also very nice.
They're all good. Thank you. Then we have a couple of images by Rene S Elkin. This particular one is called Running Colt. Rene lives in Chicago, Illinois.
Very nice shot.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The next one, I just love this. This is called Sleeping Sea Lions, Galapagos. This one we put in the 27.
Also very nice shot.
Yeah, they're so sweet. Next we have an image by Roger Archibald. We just talked to him the other day too. This is called Last Light. Roger lives in North Quincy, Massachusetts.
And he used a flash.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, late in the afternoon. That's how he got his eyeballs shining, which is cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a painting. And then we have Ronald Butler. The name of this is called Harvest Moon 2019. Ron lives in New York, New York. And he has a little story about this image, Kevin.
It seems the deer have always had a strong presence on Fire Island. Fawns and does cross the walks in front of you on a daily basis. We have a few that often rest in the shade of our yard. In late August, the bucks start appearing. If you go down to the ocean at dusk, you have a good chance of meeting one down by the water or seeing their silhouette as they pass through the dunes. On this particular occasion, I walked the dog up to the beach to watch the moon rise, and there he was. And that's a nice shot.
That is a nice shot. It's weird to me to see a
deer on the beach.
A deer on the beach, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Got the moon back there.
So the next couple of images are by Sally Fuller. Sally lives in Dade City, Florida. And this first one we're looking at is entitled Into the Light. And she wrote something about each one of them. So you want to read that one first? Right there.
I was watching this Florida soft-shelled turtle swim in the shadows beneath the water. As luck would have it, the turtle came into a patch of light and surfaced, allowing me to get a shot with the head and fascinating eyes, bright and sharp. Nice.
Yeah, the light is beautiful.
Yeah, the colors here are great.
And the next one, this is Titan, is his name. He's pretty remarkable, isn't he?
Yep. Orangutans are a critically endangered species. This one was photographed in a conservation facility that is working to prevent the species from going extinct. He is a Bornean orangutan living in a 3-generation family. It is a privilege to share their story. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
So finally we have a cat. Finally.
Amanda was disappointed we didn't have more cats.
I'm very disappointed we didn't have more cats. This is by Sandra Dalton. We also got to talk to Sandra. She lives in West Cliff, Colorado. And this is called Beautiful Girls. And this is in the 27. I love this little guy's ear.
Yeah.
That's kind of, yeah. She rescues cats all the time. So she's got a lot of cats around her house. And this is a great image.
Nice.
Wow. This looks like Vicky Stromie.
I think it is.
So Vicky Stromie is from Tucson, Arizona. And she has a little story about hers too, Kevin. This particular one is Germia Pato. Did I say that right? Pato?
Pato, I think,
Pato?
yeah.
I don't know. Sure.
I don't know what Pato is, but
I don't either, but Vicky would tell us if we ask her. Anyway, this one we put in the 27. Vicky went to
Galapagos and to Antarctica. Oh, she went to Antarctica.
Yeah. And you want to read?
She says, Dreaming of Pato is part of a series of photo illustrations from an upcoming children's book, Coo in the Long Dark Night, about a young penguin searching for the meaning of the darkness during her first polar night. I can't wait to read it.
Me either. That's going to be cool. She's got another image too. There's a second one. And this one is called Night Alone.
Wow.
These are great.
I can't wait to read Vicky's book. Okay.
Okay. So, I think we're on our last photographer. I can't believe it. This is an image. He's got a couple of images in by William Harden. William is from Boulder, Colorado. And this one is called Dominion.
Very nice.
It's beautiful.
I think that's a pronghorn. Is that what it's there?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somewhere he's told me that before. We'll go on to the next one. And this one is a tiger. At least it's another cat. He's a little kind of wild cat, but the tiger it got into the 27. He's part of the 27. Isn't he gorgeous?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful portrait. And then I couldn't stand it because we needed some more cats. And so this is my image. I'm not in anything.
That's Izzy.
That's Izzy. This is her favorite, her official baby portrait. That's when she was a little bitty kitty. So if you don't know who Izzy is, she was our gallery cat for about 8 years. This was her beginning as a gallery cat. And she's retired now. She's gone home. She sleeps a lot on the couch.
And if you've taken any of our encaustic workshops,
You've seen that image a lot.
You'll recognize this is my hand coloring exam.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Well, we're through with all that. So why don't you go back to
Get out of this,
Yeah.
in other words.
And I think we want to thank everybody for entering
Absolutely.
and thank everybody that was accepted and it's in the 27 and we're yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
It's
We're
all
looking
good.
forward to the next book.
So you might see a couple of animal images behind us. You want to tell us about
These
that?
are by Rodney Berciel. He's a photographer from Wimberley, Texas, and a very interesting fellow because he shoots musicians and wildlife, and he's a diver, so there's undersea photography also. And we have an exhibition of his work up in here right now. And there's imagery from Africa, from the Camargue, which is where these horses are from, and yeah, in different places in the ocean. So
Willie Nelson's right over
and
there.
we've got Willie Nelson, and we've got I'm too old to remember now.
Who? Dusty.
No, the ZZ Top, the
Oh, the
lead
ZZ.
man.
That guy?
That's horrible. He's from my hometown. I love ZZ Top. Anyway, yeah, we have a great shot of Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top,
There you go.
and also two great shots of Billy Gibbons, and also a wonderful shot of Dusty Hill, who passed away recently. There's an image of J.D. Souther, the wonderful songwriter, and there's some young buck there that's a new hot shot, and I can't remember his name, but it's a fabulous portrait of this fellow.
Frankly, I think the animals are really amazing.
So if anybody's around here, you need to come by the gallery and stop in and check this out.
But all this work and all the work we just showed you is all on the website in a slideshow. So take a look.
Okay.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Thank y'all for listening again.
Yeah, thank you.
And everybody take care and be safe and healthy.
Good to see you.
Okay. Adios.
Bye.